Hello, everybody. First off, repeat after me. T-O-A-S-T.
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 Toast, toast, toast.
Toast, toast, toast.
Toast, toast, toast.
Toast, toast, toast.
Now, what do you put in a toaster oven?
Toast.
Bread, perfectly. Thank you. That's what I'm going to demonstrate to all of you today. I'm going to talk to you all today about how to make bread. A lot of people buy bread in the store, but I'm going to show you how to make it yourself at home. So bread is pretty simple. It only requires 6 major ingredients, at least a basic white bread does. You're going to want to have water, sugar, yeast, salt, oil, and flour. And that's pretty much it. And in terms of other things you might need, you need a basic loaf pan or something you could cook your bread in. Then you need some measuring spoons and an electric mixer to make it easy for here. So the first part about making bread is actually probably one of the most important steps, and that's to actually activate the yeast. If you don't activate the yeast, your bread is going to turn out really dense and really thick, kind of like a really thick bagel. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the yeast, and you're going to kind of put it in a bowl to begin with. Now the interesting thing about yeast is it's actually a microorganism. A lot of people don't know that. So it's going to want to eat something, and that's why we have the sugar and the water. So we're going to take our water in one hand, and we're going to mix the sugar into it, and then we're going to pour it into the yeast. And it's going to look a lot like this to begin with. You can kind of see that it's kind of chilling there in the beginning. Now what's going to happen is the yeast is going to start eating a lot of the sugar that's in the water. And so we're going to set this aside for a little bit, for about 5 or 10 minutes, and let that kind of do its own thing. Then we're going to go over here, and we're going to take a lot of our flour that we have, and mix it with the salt. Then we're going to take that and come back here after about 10 minutes, and then add it to this yeast mixture, which now is going to look like this. It's going to look a little more frothy. It's going to have a little bit more of a nutty smell to it. That's good. That means that your yeast is activated and it's ready to go. So we're going to throw all that together, put the flour mixture that we have, and pour some oil into it, and then put it in an electric mixer. And one of the best things to do with an electric mixer when you're making dough is use a dough hook. Because if you use a whisk or some other thing, it's probably not going to be very strong. And this is going to help your dough come out nice and concise. And when you throw it in and turn the mixer on low for about 5 minutes, you're going to get a nice little ball shape like we see here. One important thing about it is you don't want it to be too sticky. And the texture of the dough is really important. You want it to be a lot like Play-Doh. So everyone's kind of playing with Play-Doh like a kid. You want it to be about that consistency. Then you put it in a nice oiled bowl and let it sit and double for about an hour in a warm place. And once we get to this point, we're going to take it out of the bowl, put it down, and kind of knead it a little bit. And shape it, roughly into a size this big for the pan you're using. And then you're going to let that sit in a nice warm place for another hour or so. And your bread's going to rise. It's going to start to look like this at the end of that 2 hours. That's when you know that you're good to go. And you're going to take this bread and dump it in the oven. You're going to preheat your oven before, but then you're going to let it cook for about 30 minutes. And after about 30 minutes, you're going to take it out, and you're going to have your nice, yummy bread loaf. Good for eating. To me, I love the taste of homemade bread a lot better than I do store-bought bread. So it's much more of an incentive for me to make bread as opposed to buying it at the store. And that's basically the way that you make bread. Now, if anyone likes homemade bread and wants to eat some if we have a break here, then please feel free and have some. Thank you.